Oi, it's me, the nutty professor, hush, 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 from the advanced classes of conjecture and speculation. Now, you might be wondering, why does this guy want us to dream majestic so much, or even be talking about it, not that he's even thinking of us, hush, hush, hush. Well, the question that everyone asks, in their lifetime is, why am I here? And then you get those two words, conscious energy. Then if you want to throw in the extra one, collective conscious, which would mean like the mind herd, the mind group, hive, think, herd mentality down here, probably might apply to the collective conscious energies out there, who knows? But the point is, why? Would this realm of conjecture and speculation be a topic in my class? Well, I'll tell you why. Because if it's conscious energy to do with conscious energy, and people are leaving their bodies with reports of seeing themselves floating over their body while it's being operated on, there's your conscious energy. So in essence, this is the ground floor school of becoming conscious. Now, not just conscious of yourself, but the needs and everything else of every other being. Conscious. How conscious can you become aware of how deep or how vast the expanse of consciousness can expand into? Oi, they don't pay me to do this. This is all volunteer, by the way, So by the time these videos get monetized, the only people making money will be YouTube. But, to keep the platform alive and the concept of dreaming majestic and expand your consciousness outside of the box into the realms that brought you here in the first place. This grand illusion of the electric garden. So the common denominator is, dream, 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 dream. And next one would have to be being conscious. Look at that. It's a nice shot there. Look what energy's doing. So anyways, that's kind of why this is the topic of this class. People walking by don't want them to hear me talking, think I'm shite crazy. But consciousness, how conscious can you be? To put yourselves in the shoes of other people as you're talking to them, actually, becomes such a practice to you that you do it naturally. You just meet someone, you know them already, just because within moments you're associating with them, because you can totally relate to how it feels to be them, and etc., etc. Conscious. How deep or how vast does your consciousness expand? So, and why that is a topic pursued by this class is simply to bring that notice of a universal heart based on universal beliefs. That's kind of what a collective consciousness would be. Well, yeah, collective conscious would be composed of. That mind hive group think herd mentality. Which truth do you abide by? How vast and does your consciousness expand into the realms of other living things, matter, and even energy forms? So if you can dream majestic about what energy is actually doing, you're expanding your consciousness. The void in your mind, which is never used before, is suddenly becoming aware and boom, boom, lighting up with it. Just going, oi, by expanding consciousness to think of thoughts that are kind of away from the norm, which is below the belt. Of course you understand, you got to make the cash, so let's cater to the consumers, area that's below the belt, not above their head. The stuff that's catered above their head, it takes a long time before it even begins to make sense or is allowed. It's usually in an algorithm chokehold, See, as we're learning and listening through our phones, our consciousness is expanding. So which areas and realms do you wish to let your consciousness be led into? Like the realms of fear, etc. It's all up to you. So rather than go on and on, I'd like to end this at 5 minutes, I guess, because the last ones were 10 minutes each. But, having a great evening here, a whole day, admiring just a great gift by energy itself. I'll call it God, but I can't give it no other name. God can have many names and many forms, so I can't even choose an image to idolize other than just the energy going on all around me. Expand your mind, expand your consciousness to everything. Find those universal truths. Dream majestic.